emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. Hello, Brainiacs. I'm Dan Merritt from Green Brain Comics, and this is the Final Order Report. In this week's video, I will be highlighting comics and graphic novels that are on final order cutoff and are due by this Sunday, June 30th at 5 p.m. These books will be going to print next week and are scheduled to hit the shelves as soon as 3 weeks from now. By ordering before the FOC, you guarantee availability, get access to exclusive variants, support your favorite series, and help us provide personalized service. Yeah. Green Brain Comics and the Final Order Report are powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or download the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account online or sync up to your existing account to order and pay securely online, ensuring you never miss an issue. Today we will be using Comichub to show you all the items on this week's last call for confirmed orders carousel. This is the front page. As soon as you log in, you'll see the choices here. Aside items. Behind the orange banner is everything that you have on hold in the store currently and is waiting for you to pay and pick up. Behind the green banner, shop coming soon, is all the carousels we will be looking at today. Once you sign in there, you get top carousels are preview pages. These are PDF previews of some of the comics that will be coming out very soon, some of which we may be looking at today. Keep in mind all of these carousels on this page in this view rotate left to right. The next carousel down is the last call. That's the one we will be looking at today. Below that is next Wednesday's items. This is everything currently set to be on our shelves and new this coming Wednesday, July 3rd. Below that are all of the event carousels for all of the big summer crossovers. There's plenty of them to choose from, lots to discover about those, but let's scroll back up and hit this last call FOC carousel. Once you're in here, you'll see the now rotates left to right, top to bottom, pardon me. You have filters on the top for alphanumeric and also filters for publisher, category, brand, etc. Lots of tools for you to use to get to the things that you want to read. And now let's get right into our first section. Because we've got such a large list of things to cover this week, I wanted to digest just a few of the sections that we normally review. So we will be starting that out with our spotlight on Final Order Report for original graphic novels. First thing we'll be looking at today is Woman and Man, or Woman and Man Plus. This is a hardcover from Clover Press, LLC. Woman and Man Plus is a wildly surreal autobiographical telling of its artist, Yo, losing his love, his country, and some say his sanity. There it is. There it is. This highly anticipated, loudly wordless graphic novel, Woman and Man Plus, has a revolutionary approach that breaks all the rules of conventional comic storytelling. Steranko meets Hieronymus Bosch by way of R. Crumb and Dali. The unique art style has been deemed yo-brow. Folks, this is 100% Craig Yo. It's 100% beautiful, and I want a copy for myself. It's $49.99 for 168 pages. I'm guessing those are going to be big pages. Woman and Man Plus hardcover from Clover Press and Craig Yo on FOC this week. From Fantagraphics, we have Future. This is from cartoonist Tommy Masturi. Future traps the reader into a web of stories happening in the different time spaces, providing perspectives on the possible futures of mankind through imaginary future worlds, current events, historical references, utopias, and ideals. Future is a mashup of the familiar and the terrible and the terribly alien. This is from Fantagraphics and creator Tommy Masturi, $39.99 for 288 pages. Then we have from Humanoids, a new original graphic album called Betrayal of the Mind, The Surreal Life of Unica Zern. This is from Celine Wagner, has 144 pages for $24.99 in the Humanoids graphic album format, Life Drawn imprint. And from New York Review Books, this is from the author of Discipline, one of the New York Times best comics of 2021, a warm and quietly inventive new graphic novel about a group of characters whose lives interconnect in subtle, often unseen ways, and the seemingly mundane choices that bring them together or draw them apart. From Dash Shaw and New York Review Books, 480 pages for $34.95. That wraps up our spotlight on original graphic albums and novels. Let's take a look at final order report for trade paperbacks. First up this week is the Valiant Universe Hero Origins volume for Faith. This collects the first couple volumes of Faith, along with a few, at least one issue of Adventures of Archer and Armstrong that crossed over, largely written by Jody Hauser, along with Francis Portela, Marguerite Savage, Perry Perez, and Robert Gill, with a cover by Helena Kevik-Jurjevic. This is the Faith Origins volume. And we get Star Trek Halloween. This is a collection of a miniseries that came out last year around Halloween as a weekly series. This is from IDW, writer Chris Sequeira and Joe Eisma. A little horror on board the Starship Enterprise. And we get a collection of Zorro, Man of the Dead from Sumerian Comics. This is from Sean Murphy and Simon Goff. 128 pages for $17.99, collecting those 4 issues, plus an all-new bonus content. Ooh, bonus. Hey, Z2 is getting around to publishing this Pantera Vulgar Display of Power hardcover. I think it's originally got ordered last year. We're hoping it sees print, showing release date of July 31st. I'm thinking this is a anthology, with unique interpretations inspired by the lyrics and music to create a whole new way to experience this landmark work of heavy art. Pantera Vulgar Display of Power from Z2. Marvel comes at us with an Ultimate Spider-Man graphic novel, Volume 1, from Jonathan Hickman and Marco Cicchetto, collecting the first arc of that very popular relaunch. Oh, that's right. That's all we get from Marvel in the trade paperbacks this week. Let's move on over to Graffiti Designs. Graffiti here with a beautiful shade of purple and green. represent the Brian Bolland Batman, The Killing Joke, and Other Stories and Art Gallery Edition. This gallery edition features the complete story from 1988, The Killing Joke, and Other Stories, which will be collected in their original black and white story pages. Let's see, more than 100 pages of black and white and color cover art from Wonder Woman Camelot 3000. This is a whole bunch of different stuff and other stories. Cool. $225. Wanted to make sure you folks knew about it because it's swell. We got a lot of Killing Joke fans out there. And we got a big old list of graphic novels from DC Comics this week. Kicking it off with a very interesting book here, the long-awaited reissue of the 1982 DC Comics Style Guide. It's now available for pre-order, reproduced from a rare original copy. The book features over 165 highly detailed scans of the legendary art by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. That's $95 for 384 pages. I think this is going to be a little bit oversized and co-published by Warner Communications. Or no, I think that's just the original branding. Yeah, it's from DC. Then we get a collection of Dylan Dog and Batman crossover that happened earlier this year from Roberto Rescioni and Gigi Cavagnaho. Brave and the Bold graphic novel, Volume 1, Lords of Luck, from Mark Waid and George Perez, collecting that classic story post Marvel DC crossover The Nail, kind of picking up on some of those discarded threads. This collects that first storyline, 160 pages for $17.99. We get a couple very cool items here. Speaking of DC and Marvel, this is an omnibus collection of the original DC versus Marvel material. All these things, let me zoom into this page here. All of these items here are collected in this behemoth 960-page volume, coming in at $150 with this brand new wraparound direct market exclusive Jim Lee variant. And it also comes with a George Perez. I think this is a wraparound. Maybe I'm overstepping. This is some of the original artwork from George Perez that accompanied some of this material back in the day. DC versus Marvel hardcover omnibus, 960 pages for $150, scheduled to ship on September 24th. Ensure your copy this weekend. Along with that, we get a companion volume of DC versus Marvel, The Amalgam Age. This features a Dave Gibbons cover, harkening back to that original material, and a Jim Lee cover for the direct market exclusive variant. Whoa, this one's even bigger, 1,024 pages for $150. This is all that big amalgam crossover, folks. This is another giant volume with creator credits all over the place. You know it, you love it. Ensure your copy for it. DC versus Marvel, The Amalgam Age Omnibus. We got a few more things from DC here. This Land is Our Land, a Blue Beetle story. This is an original graphic novel in a smaller cut size from Julio Anta and Jacoby Salcido. 208 pages for $16.99, full color, available on October 1st. And then these next two items, we'll start out with the original cover here. This is the 20th anniversary deluxe edition hardcover of a classic, folks, from Grant Morrison and Frank Quietly. We Three house pets weaponized for lethal combat by the government as they search for home and ward off the shadowy agency who created them. Deep inside a top secret U.S. Air Force research facility, a revolution in cybernetics is taking shape. Using ordinary domestic animals for their test subjects, the scientists of Project Awe have created a new class of cyborgs, flesh and metal creatures designed to rule the battlefields of tomorrow. The project's crowning achievement is a trio of prototypes codenamed We Three. Oh, folks, this is a beautiful book, incredibly violent, and somehow is 20 years old. From Grant Morrison, Frank Quietly, DC's Black Label imprint. This is We Three, the 20th anniversary, with a Frank Quietly cover and a direct market exclusive Frank Quietly variant cover featuring all new art. Beautiful, 152 pages for $24.99. Available on September 24th. And we get Wesley Dodds, The Sandman. This collects that recent volume from Robert Venditti and artist Riley Rossmo, who did this very cool cover. I enjoyed this series, following up on the kind of rebranding of the DC universe under the new Golden Age initiative. Resurrecting and recontextualizing Wesley Dodds' The Sandman. And that wraps up our focus on trade paperbacks. Now let's slide on over to the next one. New printings. Up first is a new printing of Absolute Power, Ground Zero #1. We've still got a few copies of this on the shelf, but if you're interested in getting this second printing with a recolored cover, that will be available on July 24th, 48 pages for $4.99. Blood Squad 7 gets a second printing of #1 from Joe Casey and Paul Fry. It's a very interesting, another very violent series. Kind of also recontextualizing the Image era from 30 years ago. Junkyard Joe gets a deluxe hardcover with this beautiful new cover from Gary Frank, recollecting the miniseries from Gary Frank and Jeff Johns, now under the Ghost Machine imprint. Flash Gordon, the Classic Collection, Volume 1 from Mad Cave Studios. Alex Raymond, recollecting classic material from 1934 through 1937 with additional background material and an introduction by Alex Ross. Then we get a couple of facsimile editions for Doctor Who, reprinting the first issue of the 10th Doctor from Nick Abadzis and Elena Casagrande, and the 11th Doctor from Al Ewing, Rob Williams, Simon Fraser, and Gary Caldwell. Then we get a second print of Deadpool Wolverine World War III #2. I think this is a recolored cover, yes. Scarlet Witch gets a second printing of #1 with this classic P. Craig Russell variant from a Marvel Fanfare cover. Nothing new here, but it's good to see it back in print. A second print of the most recent Ultimate Spider-Man #6 with a new Takeshi Miyazawa cover. We get a second printing of the Uncle Scrooge Infinity Dime one-shot. This second printing comes with a new cover by Mirka Andolfo. I super enjoyed this one shot from Jason Aaron, featuring art by Paulo Matura. Oh, it's so beautiful. It was fun. It also has a classic reprint of Christmas on Bear Mountain featuring the first appearance of Scrooge McDuck. By the way, I think we still got some of these first prints in stock. Venomverse Reborn #1, second print from with a Greg Land cover, brand new. We probably got some of these in stock too. And that'll wrap up our spotlight on new printings. Next up, let's hit second issues. First up is the Ninjak vs. Roku. This is the second of a 4-issue miniseries. Now featuring the road to resurgence of the Valiant universe from writer Adge Ampadu and Diego Garibaldi on art. A Nancy Boys #2 from Neil Gaiman, Sean Martinborough, and David Mack on cover. Absolute Power Task Force 7 #2. We haven't gotten #1 yet, so you might want to make sure you special order this one. Zatanna, Bring Down the House #2. That just debuted with a #1 just this last week. A beautiful new series from Marco Tamaki and Javier Rodriguez. Godzilla, Here There Be Dragons 2 #2 with a beautiful cover by interior artist Inaki Miranda. This is a sequel to a great miniseries from the same team, kind of from, picking up where it left off. But this cover, boy, oh boy. I love it. Let me see if I can zoom in on that a little bit more. Where are we? Get your big smog monster head over here. Smog monster, I love you. All right. Next up, from Image Comics, Self-Help #2, also just debuted this last week. What'd you think about it? Get your special orders in by this Sunday at 5. And that wraps up our spotlight on second issues. Let's look at first issues here. I kind of got an intro for that. Let's see if I can get back to it. See if it needs freshening. Last Call for First Issues brings you thrilling new series pitches, dazzling variant covers, and a chance to secure your copies for release day. Don't miss out on the excitement. And first up this week is Arkham Horror, The Terror at the End of Time, written by Cullen Bunn with interior art by Andrea Muti, and this cover by Raphael Albuquerque. I think this is based on, this is of course based on the classic board game Arkham Horror, picking up on some of those storylines and threads. Looks like fun. Releasing on August 7th. I like how the genre or the brand on this is Cthulhu. Oh, I'll show you the brand. There it is. Beautiful. Next up is a new series from Matt Kint and company. Matt, joined now by Margie Kraft Kint. A classic whodunit murder mystery that spans the globe from Paris to Hawaii to Montenegro as we hustle to keep up with the most unlikely murder-solving duo in the history of murder solvers. Sam, who is in his early 20s, is an orphan taken in when he was younger by his well-off Aunt Mary, who has an eccentric taste for antiques and travel. Together, they have solved some of the most notorious murders in the world. And true to form, their Parisian vacation is cut short when they stumble upon a murder scene so bizarre that only a raging psychopath could have produced it. A 64-page, giant-sized special launch issue from New York Times best-selling creator Matt Kint and Margie Kraft Kint, available from Dark Horse on August 7th. Over at IDW, we get a new series starring the Monster High crew. Debuting originally on Free Comic Book Day, this is called Monster High, New Scaremaster. This is from writer Jacques Aye and artist Caroline Schuda with a cover by Ariel Hovalanis and a B cover by Lucianus Camacho. I think that's all the covers. Yep, that's right. Ooh, lots of fun details and stickers. There's no stickers in the comic, folks. Monster High, new Scaremaster #1 from IDW. Ooh, here's a big debut on FOC this week. A new anthology representing one of the most classic brands in horror comics. EC Comics, the resurrection of an entertaining comic for the first time in over 50 years. This brand sees print with new material from Oni Press. Before I go into the details and the covers, I have a... Oh, no, we don't have a trailer for this one. We got a trailer for the other one. Sorry, folks. I don't know what I'm doing here. Epitaphs from the Abyss, the most notorious name in terror, is back with a vengeance from a publisher that drove Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror. From the publisher that drove Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, Haunt of Fear, and many more into the depraved hearts of an unsuspecting world, the immortal EC Comics returns with its first all-new series in nearly 70 years. I should have just read the copy. In our first extra-sized 40-page dose of fear, witness shocking tales of torment and tension in the undying EC tradition as wrenched from the grave by the vile intentions of acclaimed writers Brian Azzarello, Chris Condon, Jay Holtham, and Stephanie Phillips, and realized into bloody reality by the all-slaughter artists Jorge Fornes, Phil Hester, Peter Krause, and more, with beautiful covers from Lee Bermejo, Andrea Sorrentino, a Lee Bermejo gold foil cover, and a Andrea Sorrentino silver foil cover. 40 pages for $7.99. EC Comics lives again in Epitaphs from the Abyss. And folks, what the Comic Code Authority couldn't kill has only made it stronger. And this is just the first new series from Oni Press and the EC brand. Ooh, we even get a blank sketch variant. Next up, we get a new arc from the ongoing Conan the Barbarian story. This is issue 13 from classic Conan, veteran Conan writer Jim Zub and artist Doug Braithwaite on interiors with a Dan Panosian cover from Titan Publishing. Over at Udon Press, we get a new one-shot, Street Fighter and Friends swimsuit special. This comes with a cover by Reich, R-E-I-Q, and Kaijin Man. Got any more covers? Ooh, we got one more. A blank variant. All right, cool. Street Fighter and Friends swimsuit special. This is 32 pages for a cover price of $4.99 for some reason under the brand Sesame Street. Yep. Next up, Something Crawled Out. This is a brand new series from Vault Comics, written by Son M, with art by Cass Mad Cursed Pirano. We did this A cover, but before we go into the description, let me show you a trailer. There you have it, the trailer for Something Crawled Out. Something wicked crawled out screaming. Edith, Eddie Miller, has no grand plans or great prospects. She spends her days sleeping in and her nights working shifts at a gas station. But when her younger sister fails to come home, Eddie unearths a web of missing girls and rotting bodies. The police prove useless, so Eddie teams up with her best friend Rainer in a desperate hunt to find her sister. The only thing is, Eddie believes her best friend might be the devil himself. With multiple covers by a host of artists. The interior artist doing A, got Kathy Kwan on B, Chris Sheehan on C, Rainieri on D, and Priscilla Bampo on E. Oh, sorry, folks. That's a please inquire. I'm not sure what the variant quantity on that one is. They're doing all kinds of funny price things. All right, let me just show you this one. We'll definitely have this one in stock. Something Crawled Out from Vertigo, from Vault Comics. Okay, then we got this G vintage variant. That's pretty cool. Over at DC, we get a debut of a 3-issue miniseries spinning out of Absolute Power called Origins. Discover the untold story of what led Amanda Waller to form the Trinity of Evil and take down Earth's superheroes. It's the Suicide Squad's founder as you've never seen her before. In an all-new companion miniseries to the Absolute Power event, the definitive history of one of the DCU's deadliest villains is at last revealed. Yeah, here it is, folks. Absolute Power Origins #1 from John Ridley and Aletha Martinez. That's right, that John Ridley. Irvin Rodriguez on A, Dave Wilkins on B cover cardstock, and Aletha Martinez and Danny Mickey on the C. Then we get a prismatic gloss variant for the upcoming series Gotham City Sirens. This is going to take a week or so extra than the regular one, so I guess that's why they're FOCing this one ahead of the rest of them. This new series is written by Leah Williams with art by Matteo Lolli, and this cover by Guillaume Marsh. 32 pages. This prismatic glow variant will feature a $6.99 cover price. Taking orders on that this week only. Then we get a sequel to Nice House on the Lake. This is Nice House by the Sea from James Tinian IV and artist Alvaro Eduardo Martin, who did this a cover. No one was invited to the house knew Max, but she knew each and every one of them, masters of their fields, titans of industry and knowledge. They all represented the best and brightest of humanity. So when Max whispered to each of them the truth, of what they deserved. So when Max whispered to each of them the truth of what they deserved, to be saved from disaster, to carry on the flame of civilization in a paradise built just for them, they all leapt at the chance. Oh, this sequel to Nice House by the Lake by original creative team James Tinian kicks off a 12-issue run on July 24th. Get access to all those variants on Comichub today. Got that Nick Robles variant and a Hayden Sherman variant. Over at Image, we get this new 5-issue miniseries, Spawn Kills Every Spawn. This is written by John Layman with art by Rob Duenas, who did this A cover. And you get to find out what happens when you find out you're not the only Hellspawn. What if you also find out you're not the coolest Hellspawn? Easy. You kill them all. Three covers. Yeah, we got, where am I? Spawn kills every spawn with a Rob Duenas cover on A. A Todd McFarlane cover with a very cartoony chibi style on B. And a blank sketch variant on C. These are all $2.99. Look at that. 24 pages for $2.99. The most economical comic on the shelves. Spawn kills every spawn. Number 1 of 5. We get a new annual one-shot from the Supermassive verse. This is Supermassive 2024. While Radiant Black stands alone against the robot armies of the Catalyst War, where is the rest of the Massive verse with one of their own trapped behind enemy lines as time begins to unravel? It'll take a Supermassive team, including Shift, Radiant Red, Rogue Sun, the Dead Lucky, and Inferno Girl Red to turn the tide of one of the most fateful battles of the war in this 50-page massive one-shot crossover event with art from rising star Stefano Simeone. Supermassive 2024 is the Massiveverse series. Featuring a bunch of covers. We got a cover by Stefano Simeone, Kelly McMahon on B, a C cover from Tony Daniels, all on Supermassive 2024. All right, next up, got a whole bunch of Berserker coming down the channel. Ready for you. First up, we got BRZRKR, A Face Full of Bullets. This is a brand new one-shot from Jason Aaron with art by Francesco Manna, who provided this A cover. When B finds himself in the middle of a greedy land baron and a runaway daughter, will he play the role of guardian angel or angel of death? And when she prays for the vengeance she so obsessively clings to, the bloodbath maybe more than she bargained for. Legendary comics writer Jason Aaron enters the brutal world of BRZRKR along with acclaimed artist Francesco Manna. Let's see, we've got this A cover from Francesco Manna, a B cover from Matteo Scalera, great tribute to the master. A C foil variant of the A cover, and a D cover foil variant of the Scalera cover. And then we have the deluxe edition hardcover of BRZRKR. This collects the original 12-issue miniseries under one 424-page hardcover for $49.99 from Boom Studios, Keanu Reeves, Ron Garney, and Matt Kint. This is BRZRKR, the deluxe hardcover. And then we get a pen and ink version of a one-shot that came out last year, I believe. BRZRKR Fallen Empire from Keanu Reeves and Rebecca Isaacs on art. Yes. Also written by Mattson Tomlin. Yes. This will be available in a Spot UV variant for the same price. Yep. That's pretty cool. Available on July 31st, along with a blank sketch variant cover. Also from Boom Studios, we got Fence Challengers Long Shot. This is a 2-issue miniseries from original creators C.S. Pacat with art by Johanna the Mad. Available on July 24th. 48 pages for $7.99. Also available with a Noah Dow cover. Okay, next up we got, this was a big week for for Boom Studios. So this is kind of why I had to drop the rest of the stuff. Let's get right into it. First off, let's kick this one off with a trailer. There you have it, folks. Horror fans rejoice in cadaverous delight because Hello Darkness is a brand new monthly anthology series featuring what Boom Studios is known for, the best in modern horror, fantasy, and mystery, not to mention the darkest stories yet from all-star cast of creators. Wow, it's a long list. It's all there. I won't repeat it. You just saw it flashed in front of your eyes in full glory, gory glory, in the classic style of creepy and eerie and the contemporary chills of Black Mirror. Also featuring, in addition, a deadly new Something is Killing the Children story unfolds in the first 6 issues, along with a bone-rattling new serialized tale by Garth Ennis and Becky Cloonan for the first 7. Folks, Hello Darkness #1 is a guaranteed hit for the shelves. I can't wait to read this. So many awesome creators and plenty of different covers to choose from. This A cover is Paulo Rivera. Got a Jenny Frizen cover. Oops. Peach Momoko cover. That's kind of creepy. Blank sketch variant. And a special FOC reveal variant by Jeff Deckel. This is Hello Darkness #1, a brand new anthology series from Boom Studios. And we got one more thing to show you from Boom Studios. It all ends here, folks, with the Morphin Grid in peril. The people of Earth are left without the Power Rangers to protect them. What we need right now is some Power Rangers or a trailer for Power Rangers. Looks pretty cool. Sorry, I left the volume up a little bit high on that. What are you going to do? Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Darkest Hour. It all ends here from fan favorite writer Melissa Flores and acclaimed artist Simona Di Gianfelice. They deliver this epic finale that everything has been building to. This 48-page one-shot comes in at $7.99 with a cover by Torrin Clark. B cover by Torrin Clark. A very cool zombie cover by Torrin Clark, by Bjorn Behrens, who does the creepiest zombies. A helmet variant, of course, by Goni Montez. And that does it for our spotlight on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Darkest Hour. Keep in mind, folks, this is the final release, I believe, from the Power Rangers franchise at Boom Studios. So this is it's been an epic run. Good for them. And closing out the show, we got a few things from Marvel to show you. First thing is Black Widow Venomous. This is the newest series spinning out of the Black Widow Hawkeye miniseries. It just wrapped up and featuring Black Widow back on her own. Written by Erica Schultz with art by Luciano Vecchio. The Widow's bite is venomous. Natasha Romanoff, the infamous spy known as the Black Widow, didn't go looking to bond with an alien symbiote. But a good spy works with all the tools available to her. And when one of the most powerful and versatile weapons in the universe lands in her lap, you take it. I think that's all the covers. Yep. Redefining Widow's relationship with her symbiote and setting the stage for her appearance in Venom War. You got this Black Widow Venomous #1 with a Lyrics Lee cover on a Derek Chu. Ooh, very nice. Inhyuk Lee. And a Luciano Vecchio cover for Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe variant. Next up is Marvel and Disney. What if Donald Duck became Wolverine? For real? Absolutely for real. Celebrating the 90th anniversary of Donald Duck and the 50th anniversary of Wolverine in the most unexpected mashup of our time. We travel to the near future where chaos rules as Pete Skull has turned Duckburg into a superhero-less wasteland. Only old Duck Donald can turn the tide, but he's given up his battling days and prefers napping. How many covers do I... Oh, I got a bajillion covers on this. He prefers naps and grandma's apple pie over fighting villains. But when Mickey Hawkeye comes knocking at the door with Goofy Hulk at his side, Wolverine Donald has to make a choice. Will a trip down memory lane change his mind to save the world, or will the lure of the backyard hammock and a long nap keep him from popping his claws one last time? Featuring some of Donald Wolverine's greatest moments from writer Luca Barbieri and artist Giada Parasinotto. This is the newest one-shot from Marvel and DC. What if Donald Duck became Wolverine? Got that interior artist on A. Got a Peach Momoko cover on B. And we got a Phil Noto cover. I guess that's Phil Noto. Ron Lim cover. I could see Ron Lim there, sure. And the ever popular Scotty Young Donald Duck Wolverine variant for What If Donald Duck Became Wolverine? That one shot will be on the shelves July 31st with a cover price of $4.99. If you want to make sure to get any of these variants, please do get your orders in by this Sunday at 5 p.m. Next up, we have the the fourth chapter in the Infinity Watch storyline. There it is, the Infinity Watch storyline running through Marvel's annuals this year. Part 4 is in the Ms. Marvel annual. Hero or villain? What's the question? That's the question Multitude must answer as he stands at the crossroads of his own destiny. Bonded to one of the Infinity Stones and brimming with power but no purpose. Will a run-in with Ms. Marvel be enough to tip the scales towards good, or will Multitude's guilt drag him down? Don't miss out. Don't miss out as the Marvel Universe shaking saga continues here, true believers. Plus, Derek Landy and Sarah Pacelli bring Nick Fury into the story, but what ties him to the Infinity Watch? Keep in mind, folks, Part 1 just shipped this week in the Thanos annual. Next week, I think we're getting the Amazing Spider-Man annual for Part 2. Something like that. We're getting Part 2 next week. It's all coming down in Marvel annuals. Ms. Marvel annual number 1. We'll have this, written by Sabir Pirzada and Iman Vellani, actress who plays Ms. Marvel on the Disney Plus show, are joined by artist Giada Belviso, and this cover by Salvador Larroca. Mateus Manhanini on B. That is a really nice cover. Wow. Huh. Mike McCone on C for this Infinity Watch crossover. I think that's that, yeah. Then we get a Werewolf by Night Red Band special. This is a standalone one-shot. Full Moon Rise. Werewolf kill. Jack Russell has been trying to live a simple life. But in the deadly and dramatic wake of the blood hunt, his life is about to be turned upside down in ways he never imagined, with new enemies hoping to extract a literal pound of flesh. And Jack unsure if he can be trusted around old allies. Well, I think we got one more cover. Oh, we got a couple more. Oh, let me see. Let me go back here. With new enemies hoping to extract a literal pound of flesh, and Jack unsure if he can be trusted around old allies and a lost love, the original Werewolf by Night is in for the fight of his life, and he's in it alone. Polybagged for your protection. Hokey smokes, it's Werewolf by Night Red Band one-shot special with a bajillion covers. Let's see, we got the A cover from Sergio Davia, who does some interiors. A B cover by E.M. Geist. Creepy. A Disco Dazzler variant. That's right, they're doing a Disco Dazzler theme. This one by Jeremy Wilson. And a Marcos Martin variant. Very cool. Like that. A Raza variant. And a very cool Saturday morning variant by Sean Galloway. All of these covers will come polybagged in this Werewolf by Night Red Band number 1 one-shot, available on August 14th, written by Jason Liu with art by Sergio Davia from Marvel Comics. It's Werewolf by Night Red Band. And that does it for our spotlight on first issues. Now let's hit up some upcoming events. Yeah, I'll hit that way. First off, I'd like to thank you for watching Final Order Report this week. We do this every week and put it together to show you all of the things on Final Order Cutoff, which is our last opportunity to add copies to our order before they go to print. These things generally ship around 3 to 4 weeks from now, and this is your final chance to ensure your copies will be available on release day. Join us back here on Facebook and YouTube for Brain Scan, a new comic book day preview on the eve of New Comic Day. streaming live from the store Tuesdays at 6:30. And then let's see, our monthly Brain Candy event will be on the third Monday of the month, Monday, July 15th. Brain Candy 58. It's a free review of music, prose, poetry, and visual art. We've got some outstanding creators this month, and I'd like to show you a little commercial about it. There it is. You can join us for free on Monday, July 15th at 7 p.m. A free review of music, prose, poetry, and visual art featuring Michael Snyder Barker, Bree Harris, Lori Tucker Sullivan, and Anna Van Schaap. All doing this out of the kindness of their heart, along with the organizing talents of the fine folks at Emerging Writers Network, and made free inside Green Brain Comics. Monday, July 15th. And is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Word. Thanks for joining us on Final Order Report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All the links to our shopping cart, website, and Comichub are below in the description. A quick reminder that we will be closed on Thursday, July 4th. Normal hours resume Friday at noon. Shipping schedules will not be affected by the holiday, and comics will be on time. And as always, play safe and have fun. Remember the deadline for final orders is Sunday, June 30th at 5 p.m. Please remember to confirm the items in your cart on Comichub. Check out the website or use the apps on your mobile device. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. In our 40th year. Feed your brain. Green Brain Comics. Emanating from deep under the earth. Spreading across the globe at the speed of thought. Changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.